Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As promised, today's video is going to be about how you can take in your own jeans. Maybe you've stumbled upon a great pair of vintage Levi's jeans and the fit is just terrible, or maybe you've lost weight and your jeans are too big. Whatever the situation, I hope this guide will help you give your favorite jeans a second chance. Before going into the actual process of taking in your jeans, make sure to take some measurements. I suggest that you measure your waist, your hip, your thigh just below the crotch, as I'm showing you right here, your knee and your calves. Once you're done, make sure to write all the measurements down. So here's my vintage Levi's mom jeans, and they're not that bad, but they do tend to become a bit baggy on the old bum area, and there's just a lot of excess fabric around the crotch area as well. So what I want to do is make the legs a little slimmer. I mean, this is not the most flattering pair of jeans already, so I really want to make them fit a tiny bit better. You want to start by turning the jeans inside out and then give them a good round of ironing. When you want to take in your jeans, you only want to work with the outer seam or the side seam, and many jeans has these decorative rivets at the side seam on the pockets, and since I'm going to be working with the side seam, I want to remove those rivets first. Otherwise, it may interfere with the sewing part once we begin doing that. So grab some tools that are suitable for removing rivets. I don't even really know what these are called. I just grabbed them from my husband's toolbox, but they work perfect for this purpose. So now that the rivets are removed at each side seam, I'm gonna mark the new measurements that I wrote down to begin with. Bear in mind that if you're working with a pair of not very elastic jeans like these vintage Levi's ones, you might want to add just a little space so that you're sure that you can still move around in the jeans afterwards, especially if you're taking in the waistband too. You want to make sure that there's a little room left for the belly. And after making the marks, you want to connect them so you know where to sew the new side seam. And now we're all set to make the new side seam. I should just say that if the hemline of each leg has a turn-up stitch, which most jeans have, you want to open that up before you start sewing the new side seam. The hem of my jeans is supposed to be raw, so I didn't have to do that on my jeans. And since the waistband is not the problem on these jeans, it fits very well actually, I'm gonna stop about 5 centimeters below the waistband. And remember, whenever you start or finish a seam, you want to sew a few times back and forth just to secure the seam. After that, I'm gonna cut off the excess fabric, approximately 1 centimeter from the new seam. And do make sure to try on the jeans first though, just in case you need to make more alterations. And I just have to say that I try the jeans on constantly when I make alterations like this, just to make sure that they fit perfectly. And then I'm gonna overlock the edge, making sure it's not gonna get frayed. And I just do that by zigzagging down the very edge of the jeans. So once you're done and satisfied with the new fit, give the jeans another round of ironing to make that new seam looking flat and neat. And there's the result. I know it's not a big difference, but my jeans definitely do fit more slim on my bum and my legs, and I got rid of the excess fabric around the crotch area too. Next, I had a pair of jeans that were too big in the waist, which meant that I had to pull them up constantly. So I wanted to take them in at the waist and a little bit down the hips as well. So what you want to do is rip up a little piece of the waistband just above the side seam. And it only has to be around 5 centimeters on each side. So now you can see we've opened up the waistband and detached it from the jeans just in that little area. Now we want to cut the waistband just above the side seam, and I know that this part may be a little confusing, but I really hope you can see what it is that I'm doing. You want to open up the waistband so the inside is turned out and then placing the two pieces against each other. So it has to be the right sides of the fabric you put together. Then you're gonna pin the fabric together, and the new seam you're making has to fit with the measurements you make. So for example, I wanted to take 2 centimeters off the waistband in each side. So the new seam I make is gonna be 2 centimeters from that edge. Once you're done with that, don't forget to cut off the excess fabric approximately 5 millimeters from the edge so that the waistband won't get all bulky. Now I'm gonna put it back into place, and before I attach the waistband back onto my jeans, I'm gonna take off a few centimeters of the hip before closing everything up again. And now it's time to sew the waistband back together with the jeans. Make sure you use a thread that is similar to the one that is already on the jeans. So here's the final result. I'm super pleased with how it turned out, and now I won't have to pull up these bad boys all the time anymore. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. I'd love to help you out. Don't forget to subscribe for more fashion related content, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye guys!